So here she is in all her highlighter yellow green glory. So 2019 ZL1. I don't really know all about it, you know, as far as like what options it has and whatnot, but it's freaking sick. It's really bright, which it's grown on me, but you know, it's one of those colors that it's out there. But hey, you know, he got what he wanted, I guess. So these cars are so freaking mean. It's literally insane how aggressive these cars are. And daggum, this thing is dirty and needs to be washed. But I still think they miss like a badge. Like, you should still have a badge right there. It just gives it like a V6 look, just because you gotta have a badge there. I don't know, but freaking sick. The only thing, it's tinted. That's it. Everything else is completely stock. But obviously, you know, we're doing a cold air intake on this thing. This has already got better supercharger whine than Gear's car does, his Z06, because this one has the larger displacement supercharger, if I said that correctly. The inside's freaking sweet, got suede all over the place. It's such a different experience than the Hellcat, because it is, you sit so low, it's so small, but it's freaking sick in here. Almost depressing coming out of the Hellcat getting into this, because the Hellcat was so loud, so raw, and it was just an absolute bananas car. And this one's pretty tame. It's amazing, but it's pretty tame. Let's get a little medium acceleration, see what it sounds like. So you do hear a little bit of supercharger whine on that. Nothing crazy, but it starts to pick up a little bit at that 3,000 RPM range. Good Lord, son, I miss having a car, and this one is insane. So it's still pretty quiet even when romping on it. Obviously this thing's completely stock, but coming out of his old car, which was the Hellcat with the mid-muffler delete, supercharger screamed from the factory, then the exhaust screamed, and it was just an absolute riot. This thing, don't get me wrong, this thing flies. 10-speed, 650 horsepower, this thing flies. Automatic, obviously 10-speed. But it's so much less dramatic than the Hellcat. So that's the goal today. Throw this intake on and hopefully pick up a decent amount of supercharger whine. I don't know the exact kit he got. He just said, yo, I got a kit. So I picked the car up, we took it for a spin, we're gonna go back, we're gonna install it, take it for another spin, and see how it sounds. It's an open filter, K&N carbon fiber one, I think. I guess I'll hop out as well and show you all the car real quick. Then we'll head back, install the intake, and then hopefully get all the supercharger whine out of that. All right, let's get to uninstalling the factory one. So it's got like a little screw, as you can see, right there, to line it up, just like that. All right, just gonna tighten those down, and then we're gonna put the little grommet surrounding on this, just so it has a good seal. We will have to cut it some, because it's just in one long strip. All right, now we got to put these little guys. This is for the heat shield mount. Put them right here, that way this thing will sit down in the factory hole. There's 3 of them. So if we look right here on the stock box, the little rubber grommet came off with it. So we need to pull that off, put it on here. That way it doesn't flop around. All right, so when you take the mass airflow sensor out of the stock one, it uses this like star thing. You don't reuse these. It comes with new bolts with an Allen key for the mass airflow. Do not drop this thing. These are sensitive. Be careful with it. Just gonna slide it in there. Use the hardware that is provided and install the mass airflow sensor. So I don't know if this one's just been sitting on the shelf or what, but if you look, there is an insane amount of dust in this thing. So definitely wipe this out before you install it and send all this into your intake. I'm glad I noticed that. Be sure to clean it out. Alright, so there she is all installed, and I must say it looks pretty dang sweet. So I'm really excited. We're about to fire this thing up and see how everything sounds, and improvement wise, see if you can notice anything. But right off the bat, that does look really good. And I believe this is an oil filter. I'm sure it is, just based off the color. But you know, pros and cons. But pretty sweet kit so far. Easy install, of course. Most all air intakes are really straightforward. Hopefully the old LT4 is going to be making some good noises now. So I guess let's go ahead and crank it up, make sure we don't have any weird noises or air leaks or anything like that, then hit the road with it. Definitely feel it sucking air all the way around here. I don't hear any leaks, don't feel any air movement. Should be good to go. Obviously, it's getting a lot more air right now. We're gonna drive around for a bit before we romp on it, just to let it fully kind of learn the intake. This isn't a tune required one, but it is gonna be getting a lot more air right now. So it's probably, you know, it's gotta adjust everything. So we're gonna play around with it a little bit. So we're gonna play around with it for a little bit before we get on it. And I think this is, they guarantee it was like 24 wheel horsepower or something like that. Who knows? I really just am looking for the intake sound. It's already a plenty fast car. Obviously, you know, if it did add 20 horsepower, no complaints. All right, so I don't know how good y'all will be able to hear it, but there is a very, very big intake drawing noise. So you 100%, you can't really hear it that good with the window up, but just with the window cracked like I have it right now, oh yeah, I can hear massive amounts of air being pulled in. So the intake noise is definitely there. I haven't really got on it to see about the supercharger whine, but I'm gonna shut up and let y'all kind of hear. Right about a little over 2,000, you really hear it start pulling some air. It's throaty. It kind of has that whistly noise, like not whistly, but the intake being, you know, intake air noise. And then once it starts getting up a little bit, it definitely turns into that throaty intake noise. Hopefully y'all are able to hear. Yeah, so it really doesn't make much noise until about 2,000 RPMs. Okay, you can definitely hear it with the windows up too. I'm wrong. Big intake noise. Oh my Lord! Okay. Okay. Maybe there is a huge difference in the intake. Supercharger whine now. Oh, sweet goodness. Yes, it is a huge difference. Okay, wow. Wow, that is massive. All right, we're gonna get on it a little bit right here. That's actually really surprising how much louder that is. Wow. So let's see. That's like a lot louder. Like that's, it doesn't have the exact pitch of the Hellcat as far as like the actual whine, but bro, that's a big difference. Big difference. Hopefully it's coming across on camera. I'm gonna leave the window up. All right, we're gonna get it on a little bit right here. Try to get you can hear it building right there. Okay, yeah, huge. There's a guy out there watching. Huge difference. Holy crap. All right, I'm chilling. I don't know how to turn the freaking heat off. I'm not used to this car. Wow. That is huge. I'm gonna roll the window down, try to get a couple. So you hear the intake at first, and then the supercharger sound kicks in. So much better. You know, that's awesome. Okay, at first I was like, because just normal takeoff, it's usually under 2,000. It's got 10 speed, obviously. You know, it's going, you know, it's got so many gears. I was like, wow, it didn't do much. Holy crap, that was wrong. Over 2,000 RPMs, this thing freaking screams so much better. You can even hear it draw air on the downshifts. Bro, this, I gotta get another freaking car, dude. Oh my gosh. It is illegal how fun these cars are. My gosh. Let's give it a quick little rev. I'll put the GoPro up there, obviously, in a minute, but oh yeah. Bro, Pops did good with this one, I ain't gonna lie. He gonna whoop me for it, but I'm gonna have to give him props for it. Because this intake is legit. K&N, carbon fiber, black, whatever intake this is, bro, it's doing work. That's fourth gear, just, oh my gosh. That's so much better. Like, yeah, you can even hear it now, like, at 1,500. Maybe I was just deaf when I got in this thing at first. Good Lord. When it, right there when it kind of hesitates to downshift, it's kind of you just ease on the gas, it tries to hold that gear. Got a nice little supercharger. Oh my gosh. So, small intake mod, definitely 100% worth it so far. Obviously, when you're going from 650 horsepower to maybe 670, you know, you're probably not gonna feel that unless you raced one side by side, exact same circumstances, both cars. I don't know if it's necessarily faster, but just the sound. Sound is so big to me, and most people that have cars and trucks and stuff, 100% worth the money. I don't even care if this thing gets heat soaked in 5 seconds and loses 100 horsepower. Just the joy of daily driving or back road cruising, that extra supercharger whine intake noise. I could care less about the intake noise, honestly, but the supercharger whine, bro, that is huge. Oh my gosh. I need a supercharger. I don't want to give the car back. Can I keep these? Okay. Also, this car is freaking insane above the Hellcat because it actually turns. Like, we're fixing to take this turn at like 40 miles an hour right here that you should probably take it like 10. Yeah, that was 38 miles an hour. You should probably take that like 10 miles an hour. Okay, yeah, all right, I need to chill, but dude, this sounds insanely good. This thing, it's kind of like the Hellcat. It'll get a little squirrely with you, but dude, it tracks straight. It's freaking, gosh, bro. I'm gonna hit like a couple nasty downshifts right here. Alright guys, well that's about going to do it for this video. I would say I 100% so far recommend this. And like I said, check eBay because I think he got it for like $200 less. It was new, but $200 less than K&N's website. And obviously you heard the difference. This thing makes a ton of better sound. It really did make this engine supercharger combo so much better sounding. Revving, normal driving, full throttle, pretty much everywhere it sounds freaking sick now. This stuff that we put on there, it's sealed pretty dang good along the bottom. Like there's no gaps. I'm sure there's some kind of, you know, heat, whatever coming through there. But as far as like heat transfer, this is probably going to be pretty good. I don't know how well it seals to the roof, but anyways, I'm going to quit rambling about it. I would say 100% recommend. Easy install, looks great, sounds great. If you do see a performance, then good, but the sound alone is 1,000,000% worth it. So I guess with all that being said, hopefully you enjoy. Let me know if you want to see any more content with the Camaro. I know I got a lot of car guys that were on the channel. I don't know if y'all are still here. If you are, whatever. If you're a truck guy, I still think you will enjoy this because I know I do. So I guess with all that being said, hopefully you enjoy. I will see y'all in the next one.